Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by Winamp. Subscribe to the Daily GizWiz and all your favorite podcasts with the ultimate media player. Download it for free at winamp.com. Video bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily GizWiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1287 for Tuesday, February 15th, 2011. Bias SoundSaver. The Daily GizWiz is brought to you by Mailroute, a secure hosted service that filters viruses and spam for companies of any size. For 10% off the life of your account, visit mailroute.info to sign up.
And now, get ready for Dick.
Hey, it's Dick DeBartolo, Mad's maddest writer, and the GizWiz. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, but today I think we're going to find something we really love. Not on Turn the Table Tuesday.
It's Wednesday.
Oh, wait a minute. Tuesday? Did you say Tuesday?
Leon looks under his desk to find some crap to share.
No, the other thing.
Oh, I got plenty of crap.
It's Turn the Table Tuesday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? How are you? How are you? I am Leo Laporte. I am here with a gadget. Actually, it's software, but it's software that I think a lot of gadgeteers might be interested in.
Oh, really?
So it's kind
I'll
of
be the judge of that.
Yeah, really. It's kind of a coinkydink because the company that makes this software is from Petaluma. They're called Bias Sound, which I think stands for Berkeley.
Wait, the company is in Petaluma?
Yeah.
Oh,
Berkeley
okay.
Integrated Audio Software. For a long time, I've used they have an audio editor called Peak. And it was kind of surprised because about 3 or 4 years ago, I was wandering down the street. We're on Keller Street, and I saw I saw a building, and it said Bias in the window. I thought, they're in Petaluma. And I went and I knocked, and yes, sure enough, they were there. Well, guess what?
Yes.
They moved about 2 years ago. And guess who's moving?
Just because you knocked at the door?
Just because I knocked at the door. They found out I was a neighbor. Guess who's moving into that building next?
Oh. Dick's Gadget Warehouse?
Yes, we are. It's
Oh, wow.
They are
my
at
word.
140 Keller Street, which
Wait,
is...
did they go out of business?
No,
or
no,
just
no, they
moved?
just moved. Yeah. That's why I'm going to recommend their software, because they're gone. No. They moved down the street. They're still a very vital concern. In fact, they make some really excellent software. I've been using SoundSoap, which is their audio cleaning utility, for years to make TWiT sound a little bit better. They have, as I said, Peak. And they've come up with a program that is designed to clean up your audio recordings from albums or cassettes. Yeah, I could have really used this. Remember when I was taking from the cassettes the Mad Minutes, and they were hissy and crackly and the levels were low? I could have really used this program. Now, you could try it free if you want to see what it does before you buy it. And it's not particularly expensive. It's $50 for the boxed version, and they also offer a download version if you're in a big hurry. Let me show you the software. I can show you a little bit of how it works. It's called SoundSaver, and what you'll need to do is get some way of getting the sound out of your record player or your cassette player. Fortunately, it comes with a cable that will work in a lot of instances. This is for most computers, this is exactly what you need. It is a RCA cables on one end and a mini jack on the other end that will go into your sound card. This will work on Macs, most PCs. So that's the hardware you need. If you're using a record player, you should have a preamp on it, because record player levels are very low. And if you're using cassette player, this should work fine. I don't know any cassette players this wouldn't work with. And then you fire up the software. You'll choose the source, and you'll press the new recording button. And I want to say save this as Dick's Test. Save it there. And now it's going to record the audio as I record it. It has some audio settings. It couldn't really be much simpler. And then it runs their software. It's kind of designed to be very automatic software, very simple, easy to use software. that will clean it up, take out pops and clicks. If you have Dolby recording on it, it'll clean that up. Look at this. They have. Do you have any 78 RPM records? They have.
Boy, I don't.
Some people
I have some
do.
old 45.
Yeah. They'll have a speed correction. Well, here's the thing. Let's say you have an old 45 and you don't have a turntable that plays 45s, or you have a 78, those really old records, and you just have a regular turntable. This actually has correction that will take the 78 and get it to the right speed automatically. So you play it back on the 33, but it'll come out fine. You can mark track starts. This is nice because if you're using a cassette, there's no, or even an album, there's no way the software can tell where the beginning or end of the songs are. So what you'll do is you'll click the button when you start a new song, and you click it when you end a new song, and that way it'll signal that, and it'll divide it up into tracks and so forth. Let's stop this. Go to the next stage. Alrighty, and now we're going to do the cleaning. And there are a number of little simple dials. This says remove clicks and crackles. You can reduce noise, turn on the noise reduction. You get to see how much noise reduction there is and what frequency scales. It really couldn't be simple. You have a learn noise. So if there's a background hiss or a hum or a buzz, you can select a little bit of it in this small waveform editor you see right here. You select a little bit of it. You say learn noise. It'll learn the noise. And then you can say cut that noise out. It's got filters to remove hum, 60 hertz or 50 hertz. 60 is very common in the U.S. because that's our electricity, 50 in other countries. And there's kind of a very preserve voice, remove rumble, a very simple dial that just says enhance. And you've probably seen these on photo programs where it just kind of uses its smarts to enhance. We're going to apply it to the sound. It's all cleaned up. The crackle's gone. The hiss is gone. You can then divide it up into tracks either by hand or using that button that you set. And then you can save it out. It'll create MP3s. It'll create iTunes AACs, uncompressed waves, and you can save the entire project. So if you want to go back and make some adjustments in time, you can. Export it, and you're done. It's very simple. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. It couldn't be easier, and it does a really great job. These guys have been really around for a long time cleaning up audio, professional audio cleaning, as I said, with SoundSoap. This is some of the same technology that they use in SoundSoap. SoundSaver, it's $50. You can try before you buy, and I would suggest you do that. And here's something cool. I love seeing this. Mac and Windows. So it works with both. In fact, it works on all Macs. So if you have an older Macintosh or even an older Windows PC, this shouldn't be any trouble working. It supports all the standard WAV files. It adds ID3 tags, including album art. And you can import WAV files in almost any file format. SoundSaver from Bias. And I thought I'd give them a little plug because, well, we're benefiting quite a bit from all the good stuff they did in that building that we're going to be moving into.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, Leo, if you order it, if you download it, you have
won't
to go
get
out
the
and get your
cable,
own
obviously.
cable someplace.
Yeah. And a lot of people have the cable already.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
You know, it's funny, if you go to the website, and I don't know why this is, it still says they're in the building that we were going to move into.
I see.
That's our building. I'll just drop them a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if they want a cottage.
You know, maybe we could do a swap.
A swap.
That's a good idea.
You have someone coming into the cottage, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think we do, actually. Yeah.
Good. Very good.
Yeah, we hope so anyway, because I don't want to pay double the rent. Hey, before we go much farther, I do have a letter, but I would like to, and actually a good letter criticizing me. So I'm going to take my criticism.
Oh, that is a good letter.
Yeah, it's those kinds of letters you
I didn't.
love.
I hope my name. Did I take my name off it?
This is our friend Tom Johnson does that great anti-spam software. You've heard me mention it before. I just want to remind you, it's called Mailroute. If you have a server, if you want to kill the spam, go to mailroute.info. Learn all about it. Trust me, you're just going to love it. Mailroute.info. I've been using it since 2004. There's nothing better. And now, ladies and gentlemen, an email from Steve. Leo, your show is usually pretty informative, and I realize when you introduce a gadget on the GizWiz, it doesn't mean it's a good gadget. You see, this is an important distinction. We try to, kind of try this stuff out, but sometimes it's just crap, and we admit that. A lot of times they're not, but I think you should warn us about being a piece of junk in case someone's thinking about buying one. And remember that I had the little infrared doohickey that goes on your iPhone.
Yeah, RedEye was it called?
Yes, it's called the ThinkFlood RedEye Mini. He says most of the reviewers on Amazon hated it. If you think about it, trying to run an infrared control from the audio jack of an iPhone just sounds like a bad idea. But you didn't try it, did you, Steve? You didn't try it. Actually, the problem I had, it does work, is the limited number of devices it seems to work with, and getting those devices configured was a little weird. I think it was really a software issue. He said, I hate to think that someone actually went out and purchased one after about hearing it without doing some checking first. When Leo tried to find the code for a TiVo and didn't see one, that's because there aren't many codes, but it wasn't obvious on the show. So a little warning about the gadget might be in order. You're right. You're right. It does work when you have the device that it has, but it doesn't have a huge selection of devices, and nobody wants to train and enter that stuff in. So you're absolutely right. It's not hugely expensive, but probably a good word of warning. Maybe not the greatest thing in the world. Thank you, Steve.
How did that let it get through?
I don't know.
Heads will roll.
Well, actually,
I blame it on Eva.
It's Eva's fault. No,
I wash my hands.
I actually did want to say that because after I did the segment, I did see quite a few bad reviews, and so there you go. I qualify my reviews by saying if it works great, but it doesn't work with a lot of devices, so you should check to make sure it works with the device you've got. Dick, we have come to the end of the Tuesday, but not the end of the week. Tomorrow you're back with another great gadget. Actually, tomorrow
I think
it
I'll
won't be
back
me.
with a different person tomorrow.
It will be Tom Merritt because I am headed off to the cruise ship to see.
But you won't be forgotten, Larry.
Thank you, Fred, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Daily GizWiz.
I'll be here.
DAIL. Why? It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz.
It makes its own gravy.
Yeah.